Hey guys, so it's been a while that I have done one of these sharing sessions, one of my rants, just kind of bringing you up to date on what I've been going through. I've chosen this time period to open up and be very vulnerable because it's the right month for me to share this. This is actually, September is prostate cancer month, and that has touched my family in a very intimate way. So that has been my most recent experience now. Yes, I have no prostate. I'm not the one who went through prostate cancer, but it feels as though I went through it. My dad had prostate cancer. He was diagnosed recently. He was diagnosed just a few months ago, actually. But the signs were there, and he knew something was wrong. So the reason why I'm sharing this, and I'm going to share some of the intimate details of it, I find a lot of our men don't take prostate cancer seriously. They think the tests for it are invasive, and our Jamaican men don't want nobody messing with their butts. Let's be real. I'm going to be very candid, as I always am. But how uncomfortable the testing might be and being screened, it can actually save your life. So it's really important. My dad is 76. And a very young 76, a very healthy 76. He really don't have no problems. But since I would think even last year, maybe the year before that, he know his PSA levels. When he did his blood work, he knew his PSA levels were elevated. Now, PSA, whenever you do your exec profiles or do any blood work, that's one of the screening, especially if you're over 50 for a male. If it's over 2.5, they'll start checking you more often. So men, do your exec profiles, check and see what your PSA levels are. If it's over 2.5, you need to start speaking to your doctor and start monitoring it on a more regular basis. Anyway, his own started climbing. This year, he went and had to do his exam. And yes, it's a rectal exam. Yes, men, it's uncomfortable. The doctor going to push him finger up your bottom, but it's for a purpose. His prostate was enlarged, but not just enlarged. They felt a nodule on his prostate, a growth. Cut a long story short, he went and they had sent for an MRI to get a more detailed image of what the prostate looked like. There were 2 nodules there. We realized that he did have stage 2 cancer. Options when you have prostate cancer. You can do radiation. That was one of the options given to him. You can do surgery and remove it. But traditional surgery is very invasive. And being 76, the biggest hurdle for doing surgery is more, I guess, surviving being put under the general anesthetic. The doctor didn't like that idea for him and recommended radiation. We didn't like that for him. There are other side effects of radiation. A very effective treatment, I am told, but when introducing radiation, you can possibly create a new tumor, create a new cancer elsewhere, kill that cancer, but you open up yourself too. So anyway, weighing the odds, we were told about robotic surgery. Jamaica doesn't offer it. Funnily, it's a young Jamaican, Dr. Chadrich, who offers it in Florida. We explored that option, and God is so good. He intervened every step of the way. It's very expensive. My family did not have the kind of money needed to do robotic surgery. But collectively, family and friends chipped in, and we were able to raise that amount of money. God is so good, and I'm so grateful to everybody who contributed and who helped. Daddy went away. He was able to do the robotic surgery, came out. He had to keep a catheter in for a week. The entire cancer was contained within the prostate. Once again, God is so good. So in one surgery, he flew up, removed the prostate. In 2 weeks, he flew back. So he flew up to Florida with cancer. he flew back to Jamaica cancer-free. It was a trying time period for all of us, because if anybody know, you know I love my daddy. We all love our parents, and you don't want to see your parents, especially in the latter part of their life where they should be living the golden years, and dealing with this struggle and this. It was hard. It was hard. I cried a lot. I prayed a lot. And God held our hand the entire time. But why I wanted to share this with you guys, it is preventable. A lot of men know that something isn't right down there. You know when something isn't right. The 5 signs you can look out for. First of all, screening your prostate really starts at age 50. If it's in your family, you have family history, your father, your grandfather, your uncle, you need to start screening from 45. The signs you can look out to know that something is off with your prostate. You're not peeing freely. Your pee start and stop. You have a lot of burning or discomfort with peeing or even ejaculation. Sometimes you may see blood in your pee or in your semen. A lot of discomfort, erectile dysfunction. So yes, as men get older, I was about to say as we get older, like say me have a penis and a prostate. But as men get older, erectile function and not being able to maintain your erection is something that starts happening with normal aging. But if you find that it's happening more frequently than not, it prompts you to go and get checked. It may not just be natural aging. It is not a death sentence getting prostate cancer. Everybody said to me, Sean, if your dad had to get a cancer, it's one of the best ones he can get, because when caught early, you can deal with it. It is not a guarantee that if you have prostate cancer, you're going to lose your erections. A lot of men are fearful of that and think that sex is over for them. It's not. Technology is very advanced now. It's not like it was back in the day. David, my husband, has a friend who also just went through this. Relatively young person. I think he's just in his 50s. Yes, 50s is young now. He chose radiation because he didn't want to lose the option of keeping his erections, because he's still married. He still has a young wife. That was one of the benefits that in researching robotic surgery, they can maintain the nerve connections, so you can maintain your erections. And at the end of the day, guys, if you're dead, you still can't service your wife. So dealing with the prostate cancer has to be the first choice. It's not keeping your erections and you think you're no longer a man if you have prostate cancer and you say you're rather dead than deal with a problem. A side effect could be you could possibly lose your erections, but it's not the end all and be all. And technology and studies are showing that they're able to maintain it for a lot of them. Bottom line is, do your screening, do your checks. It is treatable if you start early. September is prostate cancer month. Women, it is really up to us to put our foot down and ensure that the men in our lives get checked. Ask your husband, ask your brother, ask your father, your uncle, have you been checked? Really and truly, if you're a healthy male, every 2 years is when you should do your exec profile and ensure that your PSA levels are fine. If your PSA levels are over 2.5, you need to check more frequently. Speak to your doctor and see what needs to be done. Do not leave it unchecked. Do not ignore it. It is not a death sentence. There are options. If you want more guidance, I can give you more guidance and put you in touch with the different people. Believe me, we did collectively as a family a lot of research just to ensure my dad was safe, that he pulled through this. And he is doing well. He is up and about, almost completely back to normal. So do your checks, guys. Women, love on your men, protect them, send them to the relevant people to get their tests. All right, guys, that was a long share, but it was important. Hang in there.